What's up, guys? I am back with another live YouTube, and welcome to my channel. I am Kristen Nicole Mann, and I'm back with another important topic. And I wanted to talk about today the importance of having your own personal brand, and why it's important for you to be building that right now because I know a lot of gifted and talented people personally and on my timelines. And I just sometimes behind the scenes wish that they would just like show the world who they are authentically because they are such great people. They're gifted, they're talented, and we have these free platforms where we get to express ourselves, put stuff out there. And I just really wished sometimes, certain people would share more of who they are because they contribute so much and they can contribute to, people in so many ways. And so today I'm going to talk about how I have started doing that, back in 2017. I just started posting these like motivational, inspirational clips. I was blogging, I was podcasting. So I started really early with getting used to my voice. And that is something that could be hard for someone who may not like how they sound, may not like how they look in the camera. Women, we have all these excuses to not do something. And I wanted to just encourage you to um, jump out there and work on your personal brand because your personal brand is honestly it's determined by what you post already and what you put out there for people to see. So if you're kind of like maybe you have this excitement where you just post like for a couple of days and then you just go ghost for 6 months, that's what people know you for. They don't really know you well enough to, think that you're going to be consistent with sharing whatever you're gifted with or whatever comes to mind. And honestly, that's not okay. If you're trying to put out a product, if you're trying to do bigger and better things, it's really not okay to hide right now. There's a lot of noise. I know there's a lot of people on these social media streets, but we have to work on more of not consuming um, as much and producing more. And I had a dream recently, and I don't want to make this a dream channel, but this dream was actually um something that I had to sit and reflect about, not like I don't with all the other ones, but this recent one really made me question myself. Am I doing enough, or am I not producing in the way that I'm supposed to? So long story short, I had a dream. I was at a convention, and the convention was filled with all different kinds of people, and it gave the notion that I was at like a teachers convention or something that everybody doesn't get invited to. And I was in there with these set of books. Like I showed up and I arrived with these set of books, and there were children books, and they were popular children's books, and they were autographed by the authors. So I arrived with those, and I remember the speaker, they were like, we don't have enough producers. We don't have enough producers. And they just kept saying that over and over again. And then we like broke to lunch. And when we broke to lunch, I walked out in the almost like the lobby, and it turned into everything was international. There was all different nations, countries that were selling the lunch food. And I remember saying to myself in a dream, like, how am I supposed to like interact? Because I don't know their language, but or whatever. And then I might not have their money that they receive. So I just was like kind of walking around, and I remember, I was on the phone in a dream telling someone about the convention, and then I went back in, and I ended up giving away all those books like with urgency. And I woke up and I was like, what was that about? And it's not fully developed yet, but over a period of time, what has been revealed is that the USA is not producing at a high rate like we may have used to, or we may have had, top producers, and it's a lacking of innovation right now across the board. It doesn't even mean that it has to be innovation with difficult, complex things. Like I said in the beginning, there are people that are sitting on their talents and their gifts, and they're not doing nothing with them. And it's like delaying us as a nation, because we people are waiting for what you have. And so when you're not showing up every single day, that delays even more people than what we would like to think. Like, we don't think sometimes this is serious, and it is. So when we sit on our hand, it's like sitting on our hands, and we're just like, we're not gonna use them. We're just gonna like, think about whatever, worry about whatever, stay within the low self-esteem. And it's just not fair to the people that need what you have. And so the first thing I'm gonna need you to do is build your confidence. This thing I used to do when I was little, I used to look in the mirror, right? And I used to practice my smile because I loved picture day. I don't know why, but I used to practice my smile in the mirror, and I used to be like, or I'd be like, okay, I'm not gonna do it too hard. I'm just gonna, and I used to do that, and I didn't know that that was like preparing me for what was along the way in my life. Like, I just practiced it, and I used to look in the mirror and talk and act like I'm on the stage, and all these things, would come out of my mouth, and I would just be just imagining me already there. And that's what you kind of have to do. You have to take yourself to a place that's uncomfortable, look at yourself in the mirror, say things like as if you're talking to a whole crowd of people, practice your smile, practice your introduction, practice your elevator pitch. Like, these are things that you should be sharpening behind the scenes, and not wait for someone to give you an opportunity to do so. Don't wait for someone to give you permission to practice these things. You never know who you might run into. You never know who's going to need you. So first, practice your confidence, because that is something you're going to always need. You're going to always need that. Um, the second thing is practice not consuming so much of what someone else is doing that you want to do. Here's the thing, we can be inspired, we can be, encouraged by people, and that's fine and dandy. But when we start consuming other people's work that may be in the same field, or maybe have done stuff that you admire, when you start consuming that way more than what you need to work on, that's when you're in the danger zone. You are starting to put yourself in a place of worshiping this person, or and thinking that maybe it's not my time yet, so I'm gonna, just keep watching. But you need to be watching and working. Watch and work. Watch them while you're working. That's what I do when I'm following, people that know what they're doing, and they have had success way beyond what, I've experienced. I just look at them while I'm working. And you don't have to take that on, what you're watching as like, I'll never get there, or I'll never be like this person. What you do is you just use it as motivation, and you execute because, like the dream was showing, we just don't have enough producers, and the harvest is ripe. That is in the Bible. Like, there's few laborers and the harvest is ripe. There are people out there waiting for what you have. You don't have to over spiritualize it. You don't have to speak in tongues and do all this stuff. You just need to execute, because I saw something the other day, like, and this probably will be the third point. Procrastination, you're going to have to work on that. Like, you're going to have to work on the procrastination part. I'm a recovering procrastinator. I am not telling you something that I don't know. Love procrastinating. I still sometimes wait till the very last minute to do stuff, but it doesn't feel good, y'all. Like, like I was speaking with someone in a conversation about procrastination, and they told me something that was life-changing. Procrastination is a form of you sabotaging your destiny and thinking that you're not ready for it. Blew my mind. I was like, okay, I got to get myself together. So now what I do is I push myself, because artists, painters, anybody creative, we like to procrastinate. And you could say I'm lying. I'm not, because we do. We like to procrastinate. And what it does, though, it doesn't help you for your future. It doesn't help propel you. You really are in disobedience when you're in procrastination. So you're gonna have to work on that. Get it, nip it in the bud, because it's not gonna help you the further along that you get. Fourth thing, I'm gonna need you to be around people that produce. You're gonna have to be around people that are producers, not people that are watching the producers and talking about the producers and not doing nothing themselves. What is the saying? Our circle matters. Even if it's you start with one person, get around people that are not only talking the talk, they walk the walk as well. Um, because it's gonna help you so much. You're gonna be able to feed off of each other. The energy, is gonna be always high, like a good time. Let's do what we need to do. And I feel like sometimes people give themselves a disservice by trying to hang on to, those few people from childhood, or people that have known you for the longest, and you're like worried about them. And you're like, do you like they don't know what you're doing. They're not going to help you. If they are still in the same spot and situation that they were in a couple years ago, then they're not going to have nothing to say about what you're innovating, what direction you're moving towards. All they're going to do is nitpick and say, "Are you sure? What are you doing all that for? It don't take all that." If you ever heard that before, run the other way. Run the other way. So I'm telling you all these things because I have been able to cultivate especially my Facebook audience. I have, TikTok, Instagram, but honestly, across the board, all my platforms, I've cultivated my audience to know for them to know what I do. I really, like I said, just honed in on what I want to talk about. And I love doing art, I love creating and all that, but I also love to communicate. Like I said, I had a blog, I had a podcast that I started in 2018. The name has changed a million times, but doesn't matter. I just jumped out the water and did it. I was blogging actually in 2012. I started a blog. I wish I could pull it up, but it was Kristen Nicole world or something. And I just used to blog on stuff. And I was talking about lifestyle content like way back then. I wish I can find that. I don't even know if I have that anymore. Like I had a whole notebook set up where I wanted to talk about food. I wanted to talk about travel. I wanted to go taste, food just like Keith Lee does. I wrote that back in 2011, probably before that. And I was going around telling people this, and they was like, I think you can do it, but I just didn't do it because nobody understood what I was talking about. And I'm like, now I wish I would have stuck to what I was saying because man, but it's not a shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I do that now. I talk about lifestyle stuff. I talk about DIY. I talk about what things that's going on in the world. I talk and I'm okay with who I am. I'm okay with what I talk about. I'm not trying to be nobody else. I'm really not. I might sprinkle a little bit of church every now and then. I might talk about what the church consequences of being in bad churches were. Like I might hit all these points, but I'm not concerned about who's gonna unfollow me or who's gonna follow me. Like I just, say what I'm led to say, and hopefully who I'm trying to target will see it and will be brought in front of them and they could glean from it. But yeah, I work on your confidence. Stop consuming so much. Number three was your circle. Figure it out. Oh no, number three was procrastination. Sorry. Wait, whatever. Procrastination, your circle, doesn't matter what order. Figure it out. Figure it out. Practice in the mirror. Do these things to help you because it will really help you not care about who's in the room. I mean, I didn't know those things was going to help me with public speaking. Like I did not know that, and it did. And I'm just not afraid to do it. So I hope y'all stay encouraged, work on your personal brand, but remember everything that you put out is a reflection of who you are. So if you're putting out negativity, if you're getting up, your drama, that's what people are going to view you as. If you're getting up talking about politics all the time, that's what people are going to view you as. If you're getting up talking about religion all the time, that's what people are going to. So it whatever you talk about, that's what people are going to view you as. That's your personal brand. That's different from a business brand. But if you combine the two, you'll be a powerful force. You'll be a powerful force. And I'm so grateful and God has been gracious for me to be able to be myself while I'm doing what I love. And that's the best combination that you can ever have. So, like and subscribe to my channel. I hope this helped you. Leave in the comment section if you have any questions or if you have just want to comment. I'll comment back. But I hope you all have a great weekend and I will talk to you soon. Bye.